So today, welcome everybody to the Let's Talk HR show. Today I've got an amazing guest with us today called Humayune Fida, and he's a HR professional. We're going to be going into everything HR related and going deep into HR. So Humayune, what does HR mean to you?
Hi everyone, good afternoon from London here. HR is a very comprehensive sort of workforce for any organization. It covers the skill, talent, and success for every organization. It's not only knowledge, labor, or compensation, but it is the effort to improve the organization as well as the human capital is concerned. So HR in a nutshell is the entire organization, in my opinion.
That's great, Humayune. That's like the culture, the way everyone gets on with each other, working together as a team, working towards goals that are shared. So what inspired and influenced you to work within HR?
HR is really a challenging task. It's not a routine sort of thing every single day. Every single day, some new law and order, something compliance related issue, something from the regulator is coming on a daily basis. So it's a very interesting and challenging field. So that's why I choose the HR. Besides, I have so many financial qualifications other than HR, but I love HR because it's a very supportive to the employee as well.
That's amazing. That's really great to hear. So I was just wondering again, why did you choose to work in your current organization?
Looking forward to, I want to contribute as much as for this organization because the environment in this organization was very good, and it's a fast-moving company which involved in the industry of financial side. So I was working in this similar capacity for many years. My experience, my qualification in this field was too good. And I worked as a HR head on a different organization, head of HR operations. My qualification, especially CIPD qualification, really helped me a lot in working in HR environment. And also my skills, my numeracy skill is too good. I'm very good in making policies, procedure, understanding the things. So that really suits me according to the needs of this organization. And I think that's a good fit for this organization.
That's amazing, Humayune. So another question that I'm going to love to ask you is, how important is the mental health and emotional well-being of your workforce?
Actually, mental health and well-being is the key point for the human resource. And when you are talking about a human resource, you should have your employee with the well-being that should be a solid, strong mental health sector in that area. And particularly this organization is really working very hard for getting the employee back into the track after this a long pandemic, work from home and issues and redundancy issues. And really I support the well-being of my employees very good, and I love to support them.
That's amazing. It's great you've got that positive mindset around it, because some employers might just neglect their employees' mental health, but it's really important, I believe. As a mental health speaker, going into organizations and speaking, sharing my story of awareness and really empowering people that it's okay not to be okay, and that mental health is a subject matter that's a part of everybody's lives. Everyone's affected by mental health out there. We can't ignore it. So I'm really, passionate about that sort of area, and glad that your organization is really taking it at the cutting edge of moving forward with the mental health in the workforce. So
that's very true. That's very true, interested. Yeah, very, very true. You said everything you covered in that. Lovely.
Oh, brilliant. Thank you, Humayune. So what strategies have you found beneficial? Oh, sorry, I think we've already asked that question. I think, no, we haven't. I've just got mixed up myself. No worries. Hey, these things happen, don't they, when they go in live? Unrehearsed, it's unrehearsed.
Yeah, it's okay.
So what strategies have you found beneficial to support your employees' well-being and development?
Employee well-being strategy will focus the financial and physical as well as physiological well-being of our workforce. I should consider immediate support as well as a long-term positive prevention and approaches to help and support my employee immediately. And I always keep in mind if there's something needed for the employee well-being should be put in place as soon as possible to support my employee. And we always in connection with different well-being coaches, and we have few of them on board already. So it's a big organization, so I always support them with the strategy needed time to time.
That's great, Humayune. So can you give me like any like examples of like what the coaches do or what yourself as a leader within your organization does to help support someone who's coming into you with mental health challenges, or whether they've got a bit of stress or they've got a situation that they need to put under wraps? Like, what would you do with your examples?
Recently, it happened that one of our employee got stuck in some issues due to its mental distress, and this pandemic really affected the financial sector very badly because the COVID has affected the impact of the business in the UK area in particular and all over the world. Although UK have supported well all of their main employers and the stakeholders, but recently happened that one of our employee got stuck in some mental distress, and he was facing some huge difficulties while sorting out the problems. We immediately handing that employee to a coach that helping the well-being and supporting the mental distress release, and a couple of days counseling with him, sitting with him, and try to overcome his leave issues which have he has exhausted. So that resolved a lot and helped a lot in the coming back to the track. So the main thing is that when you are doing a leadership and you are doing having a company of big number of employees, you should support them with your skills. The key skills for the well-being are communication, creativity, motivation, and positivity. I always try to generate some positive element to my employees so they can understand the situation, work happily, and I always communicate very strongly. I should always give me guidelines how to work it, but that also help them to come out of this situation, and that works really very well.
Absolutely, Humayune. That's powerful stuff he's talking there. And like, you know, people underlook the empathy, just empathy of normal human beings and connecting with each other. Because I believe, you know, without empathy, how can we connect and understand each other's problems? And that's what really sets off the stem. With just talking, communicating, bonding as human beings to go strength to strength into working in that progressive dynamic towards our goals. As a, you know, as myself as an entrepreneur, author, and creative, as yourselves as a team, as an organization moving forward towards them solid goals to inspire each other to move forward. So I really appreciate them words of wisdom you just shared with us there. So another question is, in your experience, what have you found creates great leadership within your teams? Now, I know that's a tough one because we were talking about similar territory with the other question.
Actually, HR is totally about the leadership from where you can guide your team in a better way. A strong feedback, a creativity, some sort of motivation, a strong communication, as I said already, and positivity in the team is the key factor for great leadership and enthusiasm in the team. If you found somebody struggling on a particular area, my best approach is that to ask him to communicate, to ask him to where he's struggling, rather than wasting his time. And at the end of the day, he's at the same place where he started the day. So if we start communicating with the team members, and if we need guidance from the team leader, then he should straight away approach the team leader by strong communication. And I set up my environment in such a way that my every single employee is motivated. They always do some creative work, and also they communicate with the team leaders and the coaches straight away directly.
That's brilliant, Humayune. Awesome. If you could give any like tips to anyone who wants to get into the HR space, what tips would you give if you could give three, or maybe just one solid tip for those people who wanted to pursue career in HR? You know, what would you give them advice-wise to become a better HR leader?
For a better HR, a person integrity should be 500%. I don't say it's 100%. It should be very integral. Integrity was very strong. He should be very communicative, and he should be very, very strong in his communication. Because in HR, you see, we all the time do some policy work, some communication to the outdoors, some communication to the inside the staff of the employee. Our one email can really make a big difference to entire organization. So person joining the HR or working in HR should be 100% confident of his communication, his creativity work, so he did not get bored. He should have something new every single day, and his skills, such as numerical skills or reading skills or feeding something back into the organization skills.
That's amazing, Humayune. Thank you so much for sharing that advice, that insight into HR that some people might not even know about, you know what I mean, from the outside listening in. So I really appreciate your time today, and I really appreciate everything you brought to the table. We've got through the questions quicker than I expected, so you've smashed it. Well done, Humayune. Honestly, thank you so much. So
actually, Jack, I've been working here in this organization, different organization globally for the last 28 years. So my experience in the HR field is really very, very supportive to my daily routine work, and also discussing some sort of this advices or this postcard, so I can help everybody, whoever needs me and whenever he needs me. Thank you very much indeed, Jack.
That's brilliant. Wrap up the recording, and we can have a little chat at the end just to wrap it up. Brilliant. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for tuning in to the Let's Talk HR show with myself, Jack Nolan, and your guest, Humayune. Thank you. I'll see you in the next episode soon. Bye.
Bye-bye.